Hello and welcome. I am Tracy, and this is a channel for parents who have been estranged, are being estranged from their adult children, and in a lot of cases, also their grandchildren. And this is a safe space where we can talk about our true feelings, say the things that we can't say maybe to our friends, even our family, especially, so we don't get told that we're not allowed to have those feelings. We're not allowed to say things like rage, anger, even hate. There will be no adult children allowed to post on this page. So we can talk about and say what we want. Now, today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Before we get started, I would advise you, if you want to, I am a parent of 4 children, adult children. I am estranged from 3. The first 5 videos talk about the estrangements of each one of my children, and then when they confronted me and how that worked out. And as you can see, I am still here, so it didn't work out that right. But today I want to do something different. I want to talk about, what do you do? What can you do to help you get through this period in our lives? It's really difficult. I have a psychiatrist. And I just want to tell you this. These are things that, for me, these are my feelings. These are things that work or don't work for me. And so I'm not a medical professional. If you need help in a medical professional way, please go do that. Contact somebody. If you need somebody who's a medical professional to help you talk through this and find ways for you to productively get through this time in your life. I decided, not this past January, but the January before that I was going to do things where I found joy. And it didn't matter what somebody else thought of the thing I found that gives me joy, which can be, things don't cost much money. Things don't cost any money. So the way I find joy is, I love a rainstorm. I love to open my windows, my blinds, I should say, watch the rain. I love staying up late. I'm a night owl, real late night owl, because of my anxiety. I have PTSD. I have anxiety. Recently have been diagnosed with being on the autism spectrum disorder. But you got it, you know. And for me, I like it dark. Lights bother me. I find joy watching documentaries. I love documentaries. I'm the partner you want to have in a Trivial Pursuit game. I find joy in that. And I run a paranormal and true crime YouTube channel that I started 10 years ago. 10, 11 years ago, something, in March. And I enjoy that. But I needed to find new things that gave me joy. So if I want to wear gaudy makeup, some blue eyeshadow, a bright pink lipstick, I'm going to do it. I I love music, and where I live, we have concerts in the spring, summer, and fall that are free. And I find joy in going to those and dancing like nobody's watching. I mean, you have to shrug off that anxiety. And I am quite possibly the shyest person that ever walked the planet. Um, so that is something that I kind of have to push myself to do, but I want the joy. When all this started happening, I just thought I am not capable of feeling joy. Just I just couldn't find it. So I like little things like I have started buying perfumes that I love. I put it on just a little before I go to bed at night. It makes me feel joy to smell it. When I roll over in bed, I know that might sound crazy, but it brings me joy. I got into a skincare routine that brings me joy. I love um, just putting serums on my skin. I love the whole um, process of it because it starts. I have an order that they go in. I just cherish each each little section, and I enjoy that. I got my hair cut. I love it. I love it. I told the lady I want it sassy. I don't want it old. I am a sassy girl. Um, I'm a child of the 80s, and we can be sassy. So I said, I want sassy. I don't want something that says dotty, dote. What's the word I'm looking for? Dotting, doting, whatever. Old, boring. You know, some people get caught in the same haircut that they have for the rest of their lives. And I decided that's not going to be me. I'm going to mix it up. I love playing with makeup. I love wearing clothes that I feel good in. I am going to be 57 years old next month. And when the previous generation was 57 and their previous generation and so on, they were old. They were old. They became invisible. And it was like that was the place where women went to die, you know? And I'm not for that. I'm not about that. I'm gonna wear a leather biker jacket, and I'm gonna wear my Doc Martens and clothes that somebody might look at me now, not like risque clothes, but you know, short t-shirt dresses or an array of different kinds of dresses and different kinds of pants. I love palazzo pants with a tight tank underneath it. I just, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna dress in what makes me feel good, and maybe not so much what society has. Not as much now, because you look at Jennifer Aniston, who's my age, and you're like, she's, her, or Diane. I'm thinking too fast at one time. Get back to her. Get back to me. Diane. older actress, 70s, wears black, all black leather, black hats, gloves, dock boots, and I'm like, yeah, that's going to be me. That's what I want to do. I want to feel Diane Keaton. I want to feel Diane Keaton. I want to be Diane Keaton. Um, so I do that, and I don't let age define what I have to wear. I'm not going into I don't know. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not going in and looking for the most coverage and the longest sleeves and the biggest flower print and pair of slacks with some reasonable heels. That is not joy to me. That is not joy to me. And it's surprising because a lot of people will say, I love your style. I love your style. I love it that you do that, that you're doing this. Sets a precedent for people to feel comfortable. And it's surprising to me that people do that. Um, Another thing I started doing is art. Um, I have written for most of my life, and my dad died at the very beginning of COVID, and um, I could knock out a short story. It would write itself. I could pick a main character, where they are, what in general I wanted to happen, and it wrote itself. And usually they're like mystery kind of drama, maybe a little paranormal, maybe a little scary. They call it creepypasta. What's called creepypasta. They would just write itself. Comes to me like the story was supposed to be born. But when my dad died, I stopped being able to do that. I shut down in a way that I hadn't quite expected. Um, Mourning is a strange process. We're all mourning right now. And the way I got through my dad's death and the beginning of COVID, and you guys know, you were there, right? Uh, I binged watched Shark Tank. I mean, binged watched it from like season one and just kept going. And it would take my mind away from what the heaviness that was all around us. And so I love doing that. I don't really watch TV, but I do love to binge things like The Traitors. You know, I watch almost strictly British police crime dramas. It brings me joy. I love them. It brings me joy. And okay, so I do that. Um, my painting. So I started to paint. I literally bought a very small set of paints, just plain canvas board. This I'll show you. Just a canvas board, very small, and some. My husband cut me some. We went to the store, Home Depot. We got uh, a stick of wood. We cut it, and I started last August to do Christmas decorations, Christmas paintings on like this 4x5, whatever it was, um, blocks, drawing snowmen and Santa Claus, and it didn't matter as long as it was Christmas. And I started an Etsy store where I sell my art, which is another thing that is shocking because of my shyness. Um, so I just want to show you a little bit of this progress. So of things I kind of do just to that bring me joy. This, see how I can get that? Is one of my favorite things. This is a painting, obviously, of a woman's head, but in it, I put things that have meaning to me. I love Christmas. There you go. This is the confusion that I was feeling about the position of being a mom and being devastated, and then also having the feelings of pain and anger towards that. I have a little pink bow right here for the granddaughter. Granddaughters I can't see. I have a moon because I'm a night owl. I have a devil horn right here, and its counterpart, I'm having a look, an angel's wing, because it feels at times that we do have those on our shoulder, and it's they're both difficult, really. Put a question mark because I don't know the answers. I put a teardrop because I feel like that a lot. Joke that I'm a crier. I put a lilac and a little bee on the lilac. Little bee on the lilac because it's my favorite flower. I grew up in Washington State. I love lilacs. I put a star because we can wish on a star. Hope that things change. I put a cross. It has to do with my childhood. I like Jelly Roll where he says the cross I wear for my protection. I love that. I put a yin and yang because I have a yin and yang tattoo, and it's sort of it goes with the wings and the devil horn. There's good and bad in really just about everything. I have a blue bow tie over here that signifies the grandsons I can't see. I have a musical note because I love music. I have clouds because I told you I love a rainy day. I have waves that go right here and right here, and I have a teardrop from those waves and a teardrop from that wave, and my fourth son, no teardrop, hopefully ever. So, I have a broken heart there. So I love this. This expresses me. When I look at this, I see me, the things that go through my brain, things that go into my dreams if I'm sleeping. And she's got some bright red lipstick. Cause. And then I have done some things like for my whole life, I have done I didn't even know at the time. It's called Zentangle. And as soon as I could pick up a pencil, I've been Zentangling. Whenever we play any kind of a game where you have to keep score, I just draw on it. Have always. So this is my latest Zentangle. Help. This is my latest Zentangle. And it's flower based. So you see the flower and the leaves, flower, flowers up there, some mushrooms, just just the time it takes me to do this, it takes this took me about 30 hours. And I put my music in and I just draw tiny, tiny little lines. And it takes me away. It takes me away. And then when I have a song come on, it's a good dance song, I'll get up and dance. I'll get up and dance. This area right here that we're in right now is my art area. So I'm using it multi-purpose. I have tried like this kind of painting. Why can't I get you there? Sort of an abstract kind of painting. And it's funny because I have drawn this since I could hold a pencil. Always, always, since I was little. I would draw this exact thing. So I thought, well, why not paint her? I I love her. Um, I love her. So then I do sometimes I'm just like I just want to be colorful. I just need to get be happy and have color, pops of color. And I love this. I love this. Can't get it on there. There. I love it. It is like I've called it like a garden. Um, and that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of being in a garden, and maybe you're laying on the grass and you can look up and through the flowers and to the sky. I love it. I love that. I've made a beachy one, which is my something my husband loves. This has texture on it, which is cool. And then I have gold glitter. I don't know if I can show you gold. Oh, there you go. See the gold glitter in the sand? Another thing I find joy in. Don't judge me. Glitter. More glitter, more better. That's my saying. So I threw some in there because you know how sand can glitter in the sun. Love that. And then I decided to buy myself a daily planner. A daily planner. Why? To get my ish together. Somebody tells me when I have an appointment, they give me a card. Yes, they do. Where I put that card? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm always calling and saying, hey, when's my appointment? What day's that appointment? Can I double check when that appointment is? So I decided to get my ish together and be more organized, which helps in turn to take away some anxiety. If you know where you're going and when you're going, and you don't have to don't wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh my God, do I have a doctor's appointment today? Do I have a hair appointment today? Whatever it is, do I have a meeting today? Whatever it is, I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night and wonder. I can, if I have to, I can just pull this girl out, and she looks like a library and it's textured. I love it. I love it. That brings me joy. Love it. Love it. I just recently got a workbook, and I am a few pages into it, and I already want to recommend it to you because it's, well, it's irreverent, as you might be able to tell by the name of the book. I have nothing to do with this author. This is not sponsored, and I do have to say that. It is not sponsored. And within 3 pages in, I was crying. Like, oh, this book gets me. And it helps you work through that, those voices in your head that say, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm a terrible person. Maybe it is my fault. Could it be my fault? Because these things have happened and I just don't remember it. Could this be my fault? That time they fell and they scraped their knee, and it took a couple minutes to get home to get it cleaned off. Um, should I have just brought stuff with me just in case stuff like that? It's just all these what ifs, what could have been, did I do this? Did I not do this? Should I have done that? Should I have not done that? All the things that, as estranged parents, are running through our brain on a loop. I mean, like for me, it's on a loop. And it's the first thing I think of when I get up in the morning, the last thing I think of when I go to bed at night. To the point where it's almost comforting. I lay down, I would call it my therapy time, to just beat myself up, to say the things about me that not only have they said about me, but because it takes the edge off, which is also, by the way, in this book, it takes the edge off when you've already beaten them to the punch by telling yourself the worst possible things about yourself. And then when they say it, when somebody hurts you, when somebody betrays you, then it hurts a little less. Also, I collect and paint these guys. Oh my god, I'm going to be a YouTuber. Come on, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Nope, I got my balloon back there instead. So I paint these guys. I don't sell those guys. I keep them. I collect them. I was at we. I've been painting something that I need to use um, um, frames for. 1 second. Sorry, 1 second. I need to use frames for. I'll show you that right now. I've been doing these black and white prints and then going in and putting colored paint on them. So, like, you can see this. There's berries. Oh, the ring light. There's berries on the tree. There's silver. There's red on the beak. Gold eyes with a little red dot. This with the dripping candle, the red nails, the flame. So I've been really enjoying that, and putting those on my store to sell. And so I'm getting my frames from places that have donations, like like a Goodwill kind of thing like that. And I picked this guy. Hello, focus, focus on my dude, focus on my guy. Nope, nope, there. So I got this guy who is heavy enough to be, there you go, a weapon. He's stunning. I love it. That brings me joy. Um, so it could, maybe it sounds like ridiculous to somebody else, like, that brings you joy. But that's the point. Do what brings you joy. I live in Texas, so we have summer from May until Thanksgiving. And in the summer, I swim for 2 to 3 hours almost every day, full on swimming. And my son will come with me. My adult son will come with me because up until recently, I've been confined to a wheelchair. I think that my mental health state, doing these things that help me find joy, has been a real help to my health as well. So I will swim for hours and then lay in the sun for a little while and just feel nature. I live in a place that um, has a pathway near a little bayou. I call it the bayou by me, not the bayou by you. And I love walking over there because there's a whole lot of different animals that live there. There are scary ones, but during the day, there are ones that are not so scary. Like we do have mountain lions, but not during the day. So you'll see um, they look like capybaras. They're called like truvia or something. Truvia, I don't know. But they look like kind of like a beaver kind of thing, like a capybara. But it's apparently it's a pest. Okay, but they're pretty cute. And we have bunnies that just run amok here. They're not afraid of people, and they're not afraid of our dogs. And the dogs, surprisingly, they don't care about the bunnies. They're all living in peace and harmony, and I love that. See raccoons. You see raccoons a lot. Um, that brings me joy. I love that. When we were swimming at the pool, there's these things called maidenflies, which are basically dragonflies. They're dragonflies, but they're small and they're colorful, like a periwinkle, bluish gray or green. And they became so used to seeing me down at the pool, and my son or my husband often goes with me, that we could put our hands out and they would fly and land on us. And if we were on a floaty just floating, they would just sit there and let us float with them. They sit at the end of the pool and they watch us. I photograph them. I love photography. I love to take photos. I have a lot of maidenflies. I have a lot of maidenfly photos. Um, but it was interesting because of my husband. He found joy in them as well. And he was like, it's crazy. They know us. They come to the pool when we come down. They sit on the side and they wait for us to be in a position where they can float on us. My husband will get in this hammock kind of floaty and they sit on his chest and he just floats around with his little buddies. And when we stopped going to the pool, I stopped going to the pool at the end of October, no, beginning of October. Because while it isn't winter, it is not, it is 70s. And I'm just not, the water is already cold by then. And I don't mind coldish water, but I'm not big on like cold water. Um, and we were sad. JD, my husband, said, they're not going to know where we went. I was like, this is so sad. I know, I thought the same thing when they were our little friends, and it brought us joy. That's perfectly free. That's totally free. Things like that. I have a lot of friends who have been putting up bird cameras that just find the joy in watching birds come eat their food and then, look into the cameras every now and then, learning what kind of birds they are. And I have friends who have squirrel cameras. They put nuts out for the squirrels. And they put their videos online and we can watch their squirrels. They name them, we watch them, we get to know them. I find joy in that. And that is my point for this. I know, believe me, I understand. Sitting in sorrow, holding on to grief. My whole wall, where you can't see behind the camera, is Halloween decorations. Really cool Halloween signs. Maybe someday I'll show you. Turn it around sometime and show you. Really neat. Um, and my whole bedroom is done in Christmas. It's Christmas. When you walk into my room, it's Christmas, complete with a 4 foot tall Santa and, you know, fairy lights all over and really nice um, Christmas art that we got at like at a Goodwill, or we wait until Christmas is over and they're trying to clearance everything, and you can get really, I mean, really exceptional deals on, you know, a $50 piece of art for $3 or $100 piece of art for $15. And so, you know, people might think you're crazy if you want to decorate your room like Christmas 24/7, 365. I don't care. I want to care less about what people think. I want to go and be happy and comfortable. Halloween is a huge family favorite for us. And we used to do, I mean, do it big and do this whole production every year in our driveway, in our garage. And we just love it. And on my channel, I do 31 days of Halloween every year and put up a video every single day through Halloween and talk about all things Halloween related and true crime related. And just it makes me happy. I love it. So I thought I'm just gonna put it where I can see it all the time. Um, and if somebody else comes in to our home and thinks this person has nutcrackers and Halloween up at the same time and in their bedroom, it's Christmas. So what? So what? Let's care less. Let's care less about what other people think, about what brings us joy, about the clothes we wear, about the makeup we wear, about the hair we wear, about the jewelry we wear. I have some gaudy jewelry. Gaudy jewelry. I never would have thought that I would have the guts to wear it. Something that brings attention to me when I'm so like, don't look at me. I'm shy. And I wear it. And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel fun. So let's care less about what people think about what we need to get through this situation. Because we need stuff. We need things that make us happy. I I don't drink soda. So I drink Topo Chico, and I get this flavoring, this skinny something kind of flavoring, and it's like cotton candy flavored. And I just put a little bit in it, and it makes the Topo Chico taste like cream soda. I love it. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. A cup of coffee and an electric blanket thrills me to death. Makes me happy. Makes me feel warm. Makes me forget just a little while. Lets me take that armor off. Lets me put down the fear, the sorrow for a little while. We all need that. We all need it. So, as I've told you before, I'm a chatty Cathy. Sorry if this went on way too long and you are completely bored about the things that make me happy. But thank you for coming. And please give this video a thumbs up. I need my channel will never be recommended to people if I don't get thumbs up. And you guys have been really great about that. And leaving comments. Oh, you don't even know how happy it makes me to see comments. And I I respond to comments even on my other channel. I make sure that I respond to as many as I can, if not all of them, um, so that I can. Because a lot of people on YouTube, they say, "Hey, leave comments," and then they don't acknowledge them. They don't acknowledge you, and you're supposed to feel like a community, but the person doing the channel doesn't treat you like a community. You know what I mean? So I like to talk to you and tell you thank you for your thoughts and your kindness. And I'm talking. Um, Subscribe, please subscribe. Obviously, super important. Share the video with anybody you know who's going through this that might benefit something from this. Please do that. And have a good day or a good night wherever you are.